I get a little bit more out here on the Impala seats and go over a couple things I missed on the last video. We left off where we were adding foam to all the material. About the foam, I should have said this on the last video. You make sure it comes with a backing on it, kind of like headliner material comes. So make sure that backing is towards the outside. This is called sew foam for a reason, because you can sew on it and the stitching won't go through this backing. That's what the purpose of the backing is for. Now you can buy foam itself like this, but you don't want to use it for this application. The raw foam will actually grab as you're sewing, stretch, or it'll create a mess. So this backing is slick too. Slide through as you're sewing and keep the thread from going through. Another thing for removing the seat covers in the first place, they have what's called hog rings. I've already removed them on this one. I put one back for this purpose to show you. I'll take a pair of wire cutters, dikes, not that kind of dike, twist it up. There's a piece too. Showed some tips on how to remove the rubbery coating. It's nice and refinished now. So those pieces are ready for the door panels. Now I got my sewing to do. I finished the back of the back seat earlier. It's in the vehicle. I'll finish the bottom of the back seat now. Sewing. I have a half horsepower industrial sewing machine. There's the motor. Half horsepower motor. It'll go through quite a bit of thickness. You have your knee pad here that raises the foot. You raise that up and put your material in, set on it. I'm not going to do sewing because I only have one hand here. I don't have a cameraman. Maybe the next video I'll get my son or something after he gets out of school hold the phone for me right now. Yeah, I'm back to my phone. It's easier for now till I straighten out my computer and camera mess. So anyways, for stitching, I'm going to start with straight lines. That's where I started. Straight lines. Then curves, and jumped all the other tricky sewing, one thing at a time. So a seam, it starts out with a lock stitch. Let me get a scrap piece of material. I'll show you. We'll just sew on this one. It's one of the original pieces. Vinyl. So you set it down. Hold your material out the way. Pedal down there. You got to learn to use it kind of like a clutch. And have a nice soft finesse with it. So I'm going to ease into it. Take 2 or 3 steps forward. About 3. 1, 2, 3. And I can grab this over here lightly. On my machine, I don't really have to touch the pedal. I can just push the needle down. See how the needle moves with that? So just a little pull, needle down. If you ever stop, needle down. Anyway, you don't have to do all that on this first lock stitch. I'm sorry. Take your 3 steps forward. This particular machine, this is my reverse. Hold that down while I hit the pedal again. Now we go 1, 2, 3. So 2 or 3 steps back and forth. That's a lock stitch. Now you can continue your seam. And you see on this one I have chalk mark as a guide to do a real nice straight line. And just let it roll. Instead of going all the way to the end of this, just pretend we've gotten all the way down to here. We're going to do the same thing. Do a lock stitch again. So 1, 2, reverse, 1, 2. You can even go forward again. Go back over it. So and then I have to do a little back and forth. Now let loose. We can snip the wire. We got a seam. So a lock stitch on both ends of every seam you do. Do all of those, making sure I have plenty of bobbin, which is the thread that goes from underneath. And I got the top thread. So I'll check my bobbin, make sure I have a fresh spool on there so I don't run out of thread halfway through a seam. I'll get those sewn up and jump to the next step. So thanks for watching so far. you got any other questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them on the next video. Peace.